line of best fit. Estimate the line. So the line with the best fit, really what this is estimate the trend of a scatter plot. So things we've done before, but now we're going to draw a line through it all. Now the key point on the line of the best fit is the centroid. The centroid is key because it has to go, the line must go through the centroid. And then for the slope, we're going to estimate the trend of the data. So let's go ahead and look at the example. Example 1. A student wanted to collect classmates' data to see how the number of hours studied for a test and the test score is related. So student A studied for 7 hours and got a 79% on the test. Student B studied for 6 hours and got a 72% on the test. Student C studied for 8 hours and got an 87% on the test. And student D studied for 7 hours and got an 83% on the test. And student E studied for 7 hours and got an 84%. So now we're going to estimate the line of best fit through the points and estimate its equation in the slope-intercept form. So we've done very similar problems like this, but now we have a little bit different numbers. But the first thing we're going to do is let's just go ahead and write out like a table. So we have our X and Y, or our hours and percentage of the students. So we get the first one is 7 hours and 79%. Then we have 6 hours and 72, 8 hours and 87, and then we have 7 and 83. And number 5 is going to be 7 and 84. So what are we going to do with those? Well, we add them up, say the hours, right? So let's get our calculators out. 7 plus 6 plus 8 plus 7 plus 7, and we get 35. And we go ahead and just divide it by 5 because we have 5 samples. So that's 7. So we have 35 divided by 5. This is our X bar. So that's 7, right? Our X bar. Then let's look at our Y. 79 plus 72 plus 87 plus 83 plus 84. And we get 405. We're also going to do the same thing and divide it by 5. So that would be 81, or we can just double check. It's nice when it's divisible by 5 and you have 5 samples. So we have 81%, which is our Y bar. So our centroid, right, which is X bar, Y bar, is 7 and 81. Now, we need to go ahead and draw our plot. So on our Y, let's go ahead and just remove the first 60 points. We're just going to start at 70. And we're going to go 75, 80, 85, and 90. Then we're also actually going to do the same thing, and we start at actually just 6 because we start our first hour. That's the shortest, right, is 6. So we have 6, 7, 8, 9. You can draw 10, but we don't have 10. So let's go ahead and now draw these scatter plots. So we have 7 and 79. So somewhere right there. We have 6 and 72. Somewhere kind of like right there. 8 and 87. And then we have 7 and 83. Somewhere kind of right there. And we have 7 and 84. Then, let's go ahead and do a different color. So our centroid is 7 and 81. So it must pass this point. Now, what we do is we're going to go ahead and draw a line to kind of so we're going to say crosses, right, the 7 and 81. And then let's go up and say crosses right here. And let's say that is, I would say 88. So we have 8 and 88, and we have 7 and 81. And so what's our rise? So now what's our rise and run? So our rise, right, would be this on the y. So 88 going down to 81, which is 7. So we have a rise of 7. And we start at 7, we go to 8, so that's just 1. So we would say our slope is actually just 7 over 1, which is just 7, right? That's our slope. Because our slope is 7 over 1, which is rise over run. So we did that. So now we need to go ahead and find b. So let's just go ahead and use our centroid, 7 and 81. So let's go ahead and go y is 81, 7 times 7 plus b. So we have 81 is equal to 7 times 7, which is 49, plus b. Then we go ahead and subtract on both sides. So we get b is equal to 81 minus 49, and we get 32. So let's go ahead and write out our equation. So we have y equals 7x plus 32. This would be our equation. So what does this really mean, right? So let's think about this. If we plug in our x value of hours, so say you studied for 10 hours, what would you get? Well, that one would be 102% because, right, 10 times 7 plus 32 is 102, and tests are only out of 100%. But the point is you can plug in this x and you can see what you get for y as our percent, right? So this is kind of or if you say you study for 4 hours, what would you get, right? You could look at this equation, kind of like get a general idea of what kind of percent you could get, right? And this is the line of best fit.